Hello everyone and welcome back to Full House Sports here with myself Charlie. Right, last night Jaron Boots Ennis made the step up to the Super Welterweight division. Of course he was unified at welterweight. He's gone up a division and destroyed Usman Lima in the first round in what has been billed as a devastating performance and his introduction to a division that is stacked. Yes, it's a very exciting time and I for one am hugely excited about the fights that could be made in that division between Boots and other contenders. But, and people are going to accuse me of being a hater, I have a little bit of a problem with what happened in Philadelphia last night. Firstly, I think Lou DiBella said it best. Usman Lima probably didn't have any business being in the ring with Jaron Boots Ennis. Yes, Eddie Hearn can spin it as much as he wants as a devastating KO and look at how good he is and he's world class. But I don't think Usman Lima had any business being in the ring with Jaron Boots Ennis. This guy, let's not forget, had already lost to Aaron McKenna on a boxer show at York Hall. And there's no disrespect to Aaron McKenna because he's a fantastic boxer in himself. But it was pretty obvious he wasn't world level. And for me, I don't think you can take a lot from this performance. I went on BoxRec after this morning and had a look at some of the fights that could be out there for Boots. And there's some massive fights out there. But I still don't think we can tell a lot from what happened last night. I don't think you can really make any assumptions from last night. Now, I know people are going to say, I saw a guy online earlier comparing it to Crawford, saying, well, look at Crawford now. You never gave him the respect for his resume before he started getting his wins over Spence and Canelo. I don't buy that. I don't think that's the case. And I think actually Boots has had a series of big fights that could have been made and haven't been made. Now, 147 to 154, 140 to 154 is stacked at the minute, and you've got some great names out there. 154 alone, you just look at the top 10 on BoxRec. You got guys like Virgil Ortiz, Sebastian Fundora, Xander Zayas, Bakhram Murtazaliev. You've even got, as you go down the rankings, other fights. Tim Zhu out there. Dare I mention his name? Conor Benn potentially in that division. Would be an entertaining fight against Boots Ennis. I personally think last night was a bit of a waste of time for Boots. And that's the brutal honest truth. I just think the guy he was in with had no business being in there with him. And actually, we didn't learn a great deal because he didn't throw a punch, Lima, and he couldn't take a punch either. So we've not learned anything around it. Yes, I have no doubt. Boots is a very good boxer, but I still think there's some real dogs in there at 154, some real killers. And he, for me, I saw BoxRec had him number one straight away. Really? I know how BoxRec's rankings work, and it's all a bit strange because they use your past accomplishments and put it towards that. But I don't think he's number one yet. He's not had anything to prove it. Moving on to a more positive note, if he is sticking around at 154, wow, some of the fights to make. I feel like when he was at 147, yes, he beat Stanionis, and that's a good win to unify the belts. But then there were still fights out there that could have been made, and obviously because of his struggles with the weight. I mean, he is huge. We saw that next to Canelo in the sparring pictures before the Crawford fight. But I think because of that, he then had to move up. But there was fights he didn't avoid's the wrong term, but it did feel a little bit like, oh, was he ducked him? Whereas now he's going to be in 154. I hope he doesn't just go belt, go up, because there's some great fights to be made. Most of the belt holders actually are great fights, but there's still other ones that I'd like to see him in with. We could have some fantastic fights with him. Imagine if you got him over to the UK to fight Conor Benn. That's just one example. You've got Abbas Barral, who owns the WBA belt. The German, he's a tricky and slick operator. You've got Murtazaliev. I think Murtazaliev against Boots is a potential fight of the year because he is a great fighter. Murtazaliev, so underrated. Destroyed Tim Zhu. I think people forget that. Destroyed him. I'd love to see that fight with Boots and him. And I think because of the way the IBF rankings work, that is a fight that could be made quite easily. If Boots beats him, whew, yeah. I also I tell off on the Eddie Hearn hate train. I'm not. I did like afterwards the footage in the dressing room of Hearn saying about Crawford. Leave Bud alone, man. Come on. You just use you're piggybacking off his name. Oh, we'll unify 154. Then we'll go up to middleweight, and then we'll see if he's still around. He'll probably be 45 by the time you've done that, unless Boots is fighting every month. Have a word with yourself, Eddie. Anyways, that's what you guys think. Let's say good win for Gerard Boots Ennis, but I still don't think we can tell a lot from it. Anyways, guys, let us know what you guys think. As always, thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the Instagram, and have a great day. Thank you.